the way that I became involved with regenerative agriculture was through my work at Eileen Fisher. I had been working my whole career in corporate sustainability. My degree is in environmental resource management, and in 2014, I took a job with Eileen Fisher. My first position focused on sustainability in fashion. And I was hired specifically to look at our supply chain, map out the supply chain, create a transparency program, figure out where our stuff came from, essentially, and then create a strategy on how to increase the amount of sustainable materials that we were using. So at one point, had different projects happening, and it was time to turn to wool. So the task was find sustainable wool, and it was a bit of an ambiguous time because you have animal welfare, then you of course have environmental sustainability, and we knew some of the animal welfare aspects, but didn't really understand the environmental impact from sheep. So I was very lucky. Eileen Fisher is a very special brand with a really authentic sustainability program. And I was told, go figure it out. Go travel to wherever you need to travel to figure out what it means for us to buy sustainable wool. So my first stop was in Argentina, and that's where I met the Savory Institute hub, Ovis 21. And it was mind-blowing. It was really my aha moment, a long-winded aha moment. It took a couple days because so much of what we saw on the land was counterintuitive to what I had learned in college. And so it was definitely a process of unlearning. Just something as simple as that it doesn't take thousands of years to build soil, because it's actually a biological process. And when you get the herding of the livestock correct, then you start to actually see increases, not within thousands of years, but within decades or a couple of years if the management's really good and the conditions are right. So it was a big shift for me at the time. A lot that was happening in that corporate sustainability world was less impact and less harm, and something about that never sat well with me. So this was the first time I saw something that was just completely positive for everyone. For us as a brand, we could source high quality fiber. For the farmers, they were increasing their carrying capacity, which means that they had that potential to be more profitable and more resilient. And it was just beneficial. And then obviously for the environment, because you're creating more resilient land to both drought conditions, flood conditions, and just increasing the biodiversity. So it was a complete shift for me, and actually I took not only that work to help Eileen Fisher create that supply chain where they now source land to market verified wool from Ovis 21 to this day. We started sourcing in 2017, and now in 2023 they're continuing to use that wool for their merino wool line, and actually expanded it to other products beyond sweaters. And we took that mentality into our strategy to always focus on not making the brand smaller or less impactful, but maximizing that positive impact. And I think that's really important for all brands to focus on.